Everyone is muted except for me. If there's ever an issue during this presentation, let me know, okay? Because I want to be able to, make things work out perfect for you. So just unmute yourself and let me know if you're having an issue at all. All right. Just with a thumbs up, and Amanda, I can see you. So are you able to see the PowerPoint presentation? Perfect. Okay, great. So let me just start off by giving you guys a brief history on Healthy Hemp Solutions and Healthy Hemp. Healthy Hemp has been around now for a little over 2 years, and we were primarily focused on the e-commerce side of things, doing very, very well with selling our CBD products online to, on a retail side and a retail aspect to direct clients and customers. However, what we're starting to see is that in order for our industry to be understood and to grow effectively, it's going to take more than just selling a product directly to a consumer. And so we've realized that the more we can get these products onto shelves of, chiropractic offices, doctors' offices, pharmacies, supplement stores, holistic stores, places of that nature, and then educate those store owners, business owners, or doctors that they would be able to then provide a much better outreach to the end user, along with our efforts on selling it online. So welcome to our very first webinar. We're going to be conducting these on a quarterly basis. You guys will be getting the alerts to those webinars during the monthly newsletters. And so they'll kind of remind you, and I know that we sent out a few reminders as well leading up to the webinar, because I know everyone gets kind of busy. And so, we don't want anyone to miss these webinars. The great thing is that all of them will be recorded, and then we'll kind of trim them down a little bit and post them on our website so for future reference. So they will always be accessible. All right. So this topic that I want to kind of cover for this edition of the webinar is setting the record straight, understanding CBD. And it's kind of weird because I had a customer give me a really great scenario, and I thought it was awesome the way he explained this to me. And so I want to share it with you. Let's start with this. Let's look at the difference between a tangerine and an orange. All right. They both look very similar if you see the pictures here. All right. Maybe they differ in size a little bit, but they're both very similar in taste. And they're quite similar in nutritional value as well. If you look at the tangerine, it contains 13.34 grams of carbs and 10.58 grams of sugars, okay? Whereas the orange contains 11.54 grams of carbs and 9.14 grams of sugar. And I know you're saying to yourself, well, what does this have to do with CBD? A lot, actually. It's a very good apple, well, let's put it this way, orange to tangerine comparison, right? When you look at the differences between the tangerine and the orange and how similar they are, yet they have their own values, that's the same with cannabis versus hemp, okay? So let's talk about the differences between cannabis versus hemp, because they're both very misunderstood. However, they both look very similar, and they both offer very much of the same healthy benefits, all right? Cannabis, or known as marijuana, is used when describing a cannabis sativa plant that is bred for its potent resinous glands known as trichomes, okay? And these trichomes contain very high amounts of THC, all right, which is the psychoactive compound of the plant, all right? Now, THC is also known as a cannabinoid, all right? But that's the psychoactive cannabinoid of the plant. What we have to understand here is that the cannabis plant has many different cannabinoids, and one of those is cannabidiol, all right, or cannabidiol. Also, you'll hear people refer to it as that, and that's CBD. That's the healthy part, okay? That's the healthy compound, all right? CBD, cannabidiol, or cannabidiol, however you want to say it, that's the healthy part of the cannabis plant, and then the THC is the psychoactive part. Now let's compare that to hemp, okay? Hemp is used to describe cannabis sativa plant as well, all right? But it contains only trace amounts of THC, all right? Hemp is a high-growing plant typically bred for industrial uses such as oils, topical ointments, as well as fiber for clothing, construction, and much, much more. The great thing about hemp is that it can be manipulated, grown, and created in so many different ways that we can use it for more than just health benefits, but there's also physical benefits as well. Now, here's the difference. Hemp naturally has a very low THC content. Many times it's less than 0.3% in THC content. And if it's a little higher than 0.3%, what they're able to do is they're able to actually grow the strains the way that they want to grow them. Okay, so when you're looking at hemp in total, in its completion, you're looking at about 0.3% to 1.5% THC. Okay, cannabis, on the other hand, contains 5% to 10% or more THC. All right, so keep that in mind. That's the difference. Now, here's the great thing about the CBD. All right, the cannabidiol or cannabidiol in both of these plants is extremely helpful for the body. So to stay in compliance with federal regulations, guidelines, and laws, all right, we want to look into the hemp plant as opposed to the cannabis plant for CBD. All right, two totally separate plants, but with much of the same nutritional values, much like the orange and the tangerine. So let's get legal a little bit here. I'm just going to paraphrase a little bit about why hemp is legal compared to cannabis, and why CBD from hemp is legal compared to CBD from cannabis. Back in 2014, there was something called the Farm Act or the Farm Bill, and you're going to hear it called both ways, Farm Act or the Farm Bill. And you can Google this on your own time. You can look into it. I don't want to get really deep into it because it's pages long, but I just want to put the name out there for you to do your own research. But that Farm Act or Farm Bill states that industrial hemp with less than 0.3% THC is actually legal within the United States. It's legal for various reasons. Okay, we're talking for consumption. We're talking to create, things such as clothing, industrial products, things like that. It's legal for those purposes. So again, the key factors in this being, okay, industrial hemp, all right, not cannabis, but hemp, and containing less than 0.3% THC. Okay, those are the two keys. You could very well have hemp that's not industrial hemp, and you could very well have hemp that contains a higher amount of THC, and that is illegal. All right, so what we want to focus on here is what type of hemp we're able to use and what content of THC makes it legal. All right, however, there was a bit of an uproar back in December of 2016. It was December 14th to be exact. And the DEA, all right, they released a statement stating that CBD oil is a Schedule I offense. Okay, again, I'm just going to paraphrase this a little bit. All right, that's scary stuff. If you're a doctor, if you're a chiropractor, if you own a store, if you're a customer or a patient or a client that has these products in your home, and you read this statement that says CBD oil is a Schedule I, okay, offense, that's scary for anybody. And you know what? It really put a great fear into a lot of people. However, okay, here's what they're not saying. They're not saying that CBD oil derived from industrial hemp is a Schedule I, okay? They're saying CBD oil, and they're referring to cannabis. All right, and so I will say this, that cannabis, CBD made from cannabis is illegal, okay? And so you want to be very careful. This, I have a little clip down here. If you read it in the bottom right-hand corner, it says, after careful study of the rule, however, we join the opinion of the hemp industry legal experts, congressional hemp champions, and even the DEA spokesmen themselves in concluding that the rule, okay, which is this DEA statement from December 14th, is simply administrative, procedural, and ministerial in nature, okay? Only Congress can change federal law, and that simply has not happened here. So keep in mind that you're not going to be under scrutiny with the law because of the statement being released. Only Congress can change the law, okay? However, this statement was released because the industry is growing at a very rapid pace, and there is CBD oil out there being distributed that's derived from cannabis. And so we want to be very careful as to where we're getting our products from. And that's why it's very important to know who is creating your product and who you're actually buying and who the manufacturer is. Okay, let's continue reading that paragraph. As discussed in the previous section, no federal agency can rewrite federal law. Indeed, the rule merely assigns an administrative scheduling code to marijuana extracts for identifying and cataloging substances on registration forms. See, this was not an action to reschedule hemp or CBD as a controlled or otherwise illegal substance, but rather an administrative action related to record keeping. Indeed, the rule that was finalized this month, or back in December, was originally published as a proposed rule in 2011, 3 years before the Farm Bill, and didn't mention CBD or hemp. Okay, so this rule was actually written in 2011 and not released until 2016. So in a sense, the entire thinking behind the rule is actually a little bit outdated because it didn't take into consideration the CBD or cannabidiol that was created from hemp or industrialized hemp as per the 2014 Farm Act. Okay, and I got this, and I can give this to you guys. If you want to email me and request this letter, it's actually a challenge letter from an attorney company called Frost, Brown, and Todd, and basically they specialize in cannabis law. And what's happening now is groups such as Frost, Brown, and Todd, and another group called the Hoban Group, they've actually taken it upon themselves to pressure the DEA into clarifying their statement so that our industry can continue to grow in a more organic way without the fear. Okay, so that leads me to, how do we talk about this, right? Many of you have customers, many of you have clients, patients, you have people who are going to come to you who have heard about this DEA statement, and you know, they're going to have questions. Well, let's go through some of the things that you could say. All right. A, CBD from cannabis is illegal in most states and cannot be distributed across state lines. That is true. 100% true. However, CBD from industrial hemp containing less than 0.3% THC is legal in all 50 states, and you could reference the 2014 Farm Bill. Okay. CBD from hemp is non-psychoactive, yet contains the same healthy benefits of CBD from cannabis. You're going to hear people that are going to say, well, I've heard that CBD from hemp is not the same as CBD from cannabis. And CBD is CBD, regardless of what plant you get it from. Okay, so what you want to keep in mind is that the CBD from your hemp is going to be just as effective as a CBD from the cannabis. And these hemp strains can be grown in a certain way where the THC is very minimized and the CBD is actually increased. Okay, and those are the types of oils that you want to offer to your customer, because those are going to be the most effective ones. Another question that we get a lot: will I fail a drug test? Okay, this one is a I don't want to call it a touchy subject, but there's no right and wrong answer to this. And so I feel that as your distributor, it's my responsibility to kind of explain how you can speak about this to the end user. Okay, and so you know, first and foremost, we all know this. We're all professionals. Everybody's body is different. Okay, because of the differences in each person's body, you can trigger different results. It just depends on the individual's personal makeup. All right, and so while hemp is very low in THC, there's still a trace amount of THC in that product. And so I have to say that in, you know, the few years that we've been in existence, we have not encountered any customers, and we have you know, a few thousand customers. We have not encountered any customers that have confirmed that our product or products have actually caused them to fail a urine test. However, there's always still that chance. And so I want to just caution you to be very, very responsible in expressing that to your patients, clients, or customers. Let them know everyone's body is different. You cannot say, no, absolutely not. There's no way that that you will fail or pass a urine test. But you just have to kind of alert them to the fact that there's always that chance. Now, that's not for all of our products. Okay, our topicals, we can say that there is no chance of you failing a urine test with the topical ointment or the topical product. So that would you know, be inclusive of our CBD clinic, and that would also be inclusive of the Plus CBD topical balms and the CBD Medic product that we also offer. Okay, so those products are much more safer if somebody does have a concern and maybe what they want to treat is something more musculoskeletal. Then I would recommend that they use the topical, and that way they run much less of a risk of having that concern with regards to failing the urine test. However, with regards to our vape products and with regards to any of the sublingual products or anything that you ingest, just keep in mind that there is always that chance. And if the person is that concerned over it, I would say that, you know, using their better judgment, they might be best to just kind of stay away from any of the sublinguals or the ingested formats of CBD oils. So how can we break this stigma? it's very challenging when I turn on the news and I see a report on my local news with regards to CBD oils, and in this very same sentence, they're using the term medical marijuana or medicinal marijuana. I feel like the media and the government are doing a very poor job at representing CBD properly. And I think it's just because there is great confusion with regards to our industry. And so it's up to us to continue to educate. And that's the best way we're going to break this stigma. But I want to alert you to a very easy form of educating folks and being able to educate a large number of people all at one time, and that's social media. Social media is one of the most powerful sources and possibly the best way to educate and create awareness. If you look at the graphic that I have on the PowerPoint slide there, this is as of January 2017. The total number of active social media users is 2.789 billion people. Now we have about 7 billion people in our population. So 2.789 billion is a large chunk, okay, of our target population. Active social media users as a percentage of the total population, 37%. So that's 37% of the population is on some form of social media. Now let's take it a step further and let's look at it from a mobile standpoint, because I don't know about you. Let me go back there. Okay, I don't know about you, but I use this thing quite often. All right. In fact, I don't walk around with an iPad or a laptop. This is my computer away from my computer. And so when you look at that, the total amount of people using social media from their phones is 2.5 billion people. All right. So can you imagine being one of the folks that can actually have an influence on your social media? And it doesn't take great time, talent, or skill to do that. Just start talking about it. Okay. Start talking about it. Start, sharing posts maybe from the Healthy Hemp Facebook page or the Charlotte's Web Facebook page. It doesn't matter. Start just mentioning, about learning about this product. Maybe the fact that you were at a webinar and you learned about the benefits of CBD and, how it is legal in all 50 states. Just making those types of mentions and starting those types of conversations are going to be the key into introducing how beneficial this is going to be in people's lives, while breaking the stigma that they need a prescription or that it's legal or that they can only get it in Colorado or California or one of the legal states. We're going to collectively educate the community on the fact that they can get this anywhere, not just our website, okay? And that's kind of what we want to focus on. So with that being said, how can you help? All right. If you received our last newsletter, you will have seen these 3 different graphics here. Okay. And the great thing about these graphics is that they're downloadable. All right. So you can go to the solution newsletter, not the retail newsletter. If you receive our retail newsletter and our wholesale newsletter, please refer to the wholesale newsletter, which is called the solution. And you'll be able to get each one of these graphics and download them, and you can now share them out. Even if you don't have a Facebook or an Instagram or a Twitter account, you can actually still share these out, okay, to your friends. Maybe create pictures and put them in your practice. Use them as conversation starters, okay? And the great thing about these is that it breaks down each individual part of the hemp stigma. The first one there, CBD products made from industrial hemp are 100% legal in all 50 states. People are going to ask, well, how is that? Why is that? And now you have the knowledge to be able to talk about that to them. Okay. The other one here, the one in the middle, break the stigma, medical marijuana. If somebody has questions regarding that, or if you're in a medical marijuana legal state, you are now able to talk a little bit about this and say, hey, here's the deal. Medical marijuana is great. The CBD content in a lot of these products is extremely high, and the THC has, some medical value with regards to helping anxiety, pain, and creating comfort for folks. And so you can also talk about that, but you can separate it from industrial hemp and CBD oils and put them in 2 separate categories. And then obviously your recreational thing. I know that a lot of folks, especially folks who are not familiar with our industry, they see, I don't know if you can see that, but they see Healthy Hemp on my shirt, and right away they have the third stigma there, right? Oh, he's a stoner, or I wonder what he does for work, you know. And there's quite a few practitioners who would love to get involved with this industry, but they're afraid of what people are going to think about them. I mean, I was with the board of directors for the Pennsylvania Chiropractic Association just this past weekend. We had a very, very good meeting together. And, you know, one of the questions they asked was, they said, on any of the products that you have a hemp leaf, you know, is that going to deter our patients from even coming back to us? And I told them the same thing I'm going to tell everyone here. It's not about what's on the jar. It's about how you explain it to them and how you educate them about what's on the jar. That's the important part. And so, you know, it's important for all of us to really understand this so that we can get others to understand. So I want to touch base on a few things here. In the last newsletter, you've seen that we have created a few, or released a few new products, okay? And I apologize to those of you who are going to be seeing this in a recorded fashion, because there's going to be a point in time where this information here is going to be outdated. But for right now, for you know, April of 2017, in the next few months, this information is still going to be new and fresh. And so I want to talk to you about some of these products. And for those of you who have joined us today, I thank you, because you're going to get firsthand information with regards to these things, and you're going to be able to also offer these in your places of practice or stores. So first and foremost, CW Pause. This is the pet product, and this product has been extremely successful because people have been looking for something like this. Isn't it crazy how many of our pets experience the same issues that we have, right? Anxiety, arthritis, even down to, you know, epileptic seizures in our pets. And up until now, the only products that we had to help them were medications that were prescribed by the veterinarians. And many of these medications for animals have really, really adverse side effects, and, you know, can have some long-term ramifications with regards to the sensitivity in different organs within the animals. So now we finally have a product that's going to help them in a safer manner. And so the CW Pause is pretty awesome. We sell those in quantities of 6 and 12. And the content of those is their whole hemp extract is 750 milligrams, but that contains, when you break that down, it's actually 500 milligrams of actual CBD. So depending on the size of the animal, and what's really cool about that product is there's a guide. And the reason why I'm not showing you this is because I want you to reach out to me. I want you to reach out to me and ask me, hey, I need that guide, or I need more information on Pause. So I want us to continue that kind of dialogue. So I don't want to give you everything right now, but I just want to give you prices, and I want to give you some key points. The beautiful thing about Pause is right on the bottle and right on the box, it says, give this much of the product to animals 25 pounds and less, give this much to animals medium size, give this much to animals large size. So it has a really good legend there to kind of guide you with regards to how much of the product you want to give to your pet. So that's a pretty good one. The 1 ounce size is $37.50 wholesale and retails at $75. And for the 3.38 ounce size, which is 100 milliliters, it's our large bottle, that wholesales at $95 and retails at $189. Okay. And the great thing I love about this product is now they made it fully 100% unflavored. Okay. So whereas before we had mint chocolate and unflavored olive oil, now this is a 100% unflavored MCT oil, which makes it much more savorable for the pet. The good thing about this is that it's also people safe. So if you have somebody that is extremely sensitive to taste, or even for any of your patients who are extremely sensitive to taste, don't be afraid to offer this product to them, because it'll help them in the same exact fashion. It's just marketed differently, okay? The next product I'd like to talk about, CBD Medic. Oh my gosh. CBD Clinic has been flying off the shelves, okay? We can't keep that stuff in stock. We're selling out of kits left and right. And, you know, Amanda down there can attest to the fact that we're going through, you know, skids of these kits for the CBD Clinic product with chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists now are extremely excited about the product. And as long as they are licensed professionals in these fields, they're able to carry and sell the CBD Clinic product, okay? And it's exclusive only to those pain professionals and medical professionals. However, now we have the CBD Medic, and CBD Medic is comes in a 1 ounce tube, all right? And what it is just a consumer-friendly version of the CBD clinic. Now, the CBD clinic is still going to be your exclusive professional line, and it doesn't, we're not compromising your ability to be able to carry that as a medical professional, because what we've done, or what the company has done, is they've actually formulated CBD Medic slightly differently so that it's not as powerful as the CBD clinic product, but yet still very, very, very effective. And I'll just explain that to you. CBD Medic comes in 3 different strengths. Okay, we have it in 3 different strengths. The odor-free, okay, which has 75 milligrams of CBD in it. All right. Then we have the arthritis formula, okay, which also has 75 milligrams of CBD, but now your camphor, lidocaine, those contents have changed and increased a little bit. And then we offer the active sport, okay, and that has 150 milligrams of CBD in it. And that one obviously is almost the equivalent to the level 5 for the CBD clinic, but just doesn't have as high a CBD content in it. And so if you're interested in pricing for those products and maybe offering them in your place of practice, or if you're not a doctor, but you are one of our vendors and you want to offer CBD Medic to your customers, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to get you the pricing for those and maybe set you up to get those shipped out to you right away. But I can guarantee you that they're going to sell just as well as the CBD Clinic product. The last product I want to talk about is our CBD Clinic Massage. Now, when this product first came out, I wasn't sure how well it was going to do. However, I'm getting extremely positive feedback from this product. And basically, it's not meant to purchase in bulk and actually sell. It's really meant for you to purchase as a chiropractor or massage therapist or acupuncturist, or maybe somebody that owns a wellness clinic that offers all of those services within your wellness clinic. And now your massage therapist or your chiropractor is able to purchase this product to actually use it on the patients. Okay, so this could be kind of a lead-in to them purchasing the CBD Medic or the CBD Clinic product. The really good thing about the massage, okay, is that it comes in 3 different levels as well. You have a level 1, 2, and 3, and they each have different strengths, okay, of CBD. But the aroma is very, very pleasant, and it comes in a more slippery type of consistency where your massage therapist or chiropractor can now put it into a pump device, okay, and you could massage it into your patient's muscles. So they thought of a way of making it smell less, giving it less of that camphor odor, and still having the effectiveness with regards to the CBD and with regards to the analgesic effects. Okay. However, again, just to reiterate, it has a much more pleasant aroma. They're available in 12-ounce sizes, so you can get a 12-ounce bottle, or you can get a 64-ounce bottle. And again, if you want to know pricing for that product, please email me or give me a holler, and I'll be more than happy to offer those prices to you guys. But again, we're getting extremely, extremely positive feedback with regards to the CBD Clinic Massage liquids, and I'm very, very happy about that. And just to kind of wrap up, I want to open the floor for questions, but first and foremost, I don't want to leave without saying thank you. Thank you for your business. We really appreciate you. We appreciate you giving us the opportunity to educate you and also to be your one-stop shop for all things CBD, for your topicals and for your sublinguals. With us, it's not about the transaction, but it's about the thousands of people that we'll never actually get to meet, and we're able to make that connection because of you. And so we want to say thank you so much. If you have any questions with regards to prices, with regards to products, please save those questions to ask me via email, j.m@healthyhemp.com, or feel free to call in 877-790-9514, and we can talk one-on-one with regards to pricing and with regards to products. But right now, if you have any questions with regards to any of the things that we discussed today, I am going to unmute everybody and open it up for your questions. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to unmute all. Alrighty.
Jay?
Okay, yes, I can hear you, Steve.
Okay, can anybody else hear me?
I think everyone can hear you, yes. Yeah, everyone is unmuted.
Okay, I don't want to hogging the time, but I have a lot of notes that I took.
Yes.
I'm in Arizona, which is a medical marijuana state.
Yes.
I also, before I retired in January, was in charge of my drug testing at work. They had the fox guarding the hen house. And we did the testing because we have to test. Our company tested. When you have, if you're especially in a medical marijuana state, you can ask, and I had everybody tested separately, THC, CBD. And even if you're not in a medical marijuana state, you can do that because there's a legal limit that you are, quote, high. And that's what they use when you're driving. So in every municipality, whatever the legal limit for intoxication, if you're below that, it doesn't matter. As long as you can show what you're taking. Now, I sent you on your phone, you're going to find, or an email, I sent you an email of a picture of material that I used before I found Charlotte's Web. You read the contents, it says 450 milligrams of THC, or 250 milligrams of THC. And that's because in a medical marijuana state, they have to make it out of their suppliers of the marijuana. So they make the CBD not out of hemp, out of marijuana. And that's what they sell in the dispensary. So we just simply told them to test 4. And because of Charlotte's Web having your test batch results, that's perfect. Because then it shows it's less than 0.3%.
Absolutely. And you bring up a really good point, Steve, that maybe some folks that are on this webinar may not know, but on the bottom of every Charlotte's Web bottle, there is a number, and that's a batch number. That number is there for a reason. It's so that you can actually request the information regarding that particular batch. And if you go to, let me just remember this, you email quality@cwhemp.com, okay? Quality@cwhemp.com, and you provide that batch number, they will actually send you back all of the batch test results with regards to that particular batch. So you'll be able to see the exact CBD content and the exact THC content that's within that batch. So thank you for bringing that up, Steve.
Also, Jay, for people that are concerned, it also shows pesticides, insecticides, and all heavy metals like they do in a lot of states that test for that.
Right.
I had the psychologist now is promoting it to his patients, but he had to know it was 99.99% pure of THC, and yours is.
Right.
And that's another thing when you mentioned the transportation from state to state, let everybody know that that is on that box and make sure to transport it in the box. So they have the batch number on the bottle of it. Then in any case of a problem, they can always look it up.
I want to interject just for a second because I have, I'm hoping, can you guys see my screen being shared at the moment?
Yes.
Okay, the certificate of analysis, this is essentially what you would be given if you contact Charlotte's Web's quality line saying, hey, I'd like to know what's in my bottle. So for this particular batch, A00284, you can see that it's for the Advanced 5000 formula. It was the 3.38 ounce bottle. And then the cannabinoids that were in it per milligram per milliliter is expected to be about 50. In this case, it was 51.46. They passed all the other things that are listed there. And you can see who did the test, who approved it, and any other information that you would need. You could also reach out if there's something missing. They're usually pretty good at working with you to get the information that you need.
Absolutely. And, you know, the great thing about, thank you, Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
The great thing about Charlotte's Web is that when it says pass, even though they're not showing the exact numbers, okay, that all comes down to what the, federal regulations and even the Colorado Agricultural Commission.
As well as CW's standards. Because just to put it into perspective, the FDA has, or not the FDA, but the state regulations have certain levels, and CW, their standards are more stringent in their own regard, because, for example, I was just at a conference this weekend talking about this, and I thought it was really interesting, and I feel like it shows a lot of integrity on the company that they had a batch that passed the federal and state guidelines, but did not pass CW's internal guidelines, which are a little bit higher than the state makes or recommends that they have to be at. So they're dumping a $75,000 batch because they wanted to make sure that it passed their standards, not just the state and federal standards.
Right. And, and you'll find that with regards to CW and also the, other companies that we represent, there's a reason why we don't have a extremely large groups of products that we distribute, because quality is a huge reason. Okay. And so we know that the CW level of quality and the plus CBD level of quality are, very, very high. And we're able to get these types of results, and we're able to acquire this type of information from them when needed. And so that's another reason why we kind of keep it limited as to the products that we distribute, because again, quality is a big deal for us. Do we have any other questions, comments? Good. Nancy, it's good to see you again.
Jay, I have a quick question. This is Christy.
Yes, please.
We were curious. We just got the CBD clinic massage oils, and the girls were asking, is there a goodbye date, an expiration date, sort of like the regular CBD clinic bottles have? Because they want to buy larger, but they're nervous about not using it enough in time. So
that's a really good question. And instead of just making up an answer, I'm actually going to contact the formulator directly and ask them. My instinctive answer would be 2 years, but let me get you an exact answer on that, and I'll have that for you, within the next 24 hours, if that's okay.
That's fine. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for asking that. Okay. Any other questions before we wrap up? All right. Well, I just want to say thank you once again for all of you. We hope to continue doing this. We will continue to do these webinars on a quarterly basis. If there's something extremely pressing, please just be on the lookout the third Wednesday of every month for our newsletter, because that's kind of where we're going to include all new information. I don't want to wait until our webinars to address anything that's super pressing. So if there's something that's very pressing with regards to legalities, new products, changes in the industry, changes within our company as a whole, things like that, you'll be able to see all of that on the monthly newsletter. Again, that newsletter is released on the third Wednesday of every month. It's called The Solution, and it will be coming from us, from Healthy Hemp Solutions. So thank you once again to everyone for making this a success. And we look forward to continuing to work together with all of you so that we can continue to grow this industry in the proper and ethical manner. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.